5th May 2012, the last time Bundesliga witnessed a winner other than Bayern Munich.
The champions, 2 times on the trot, Borussia Dortmund!
12 years later this season, we are set to see a new winner emerge. Bayern Leverkusen is leading the league by 13 points and is on course of making history. Bayern Munich coach Thomas Tuchel has already congratulated Xabi Alonso and has accepted that the title race is over. 2 months ago, Thomas Müller broke down in public, whereas Bayern Munich fans are struggling to understand what is going on.
It's going to be an exciting build-up, an exciting first season for me, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Everything started with the appointment of Julian Nagelsmann in 2021. Nagelsmann was coaching Bundesliga side RB Leipzig and was called on the request of Bayern Munich's coach at the time, Hansi Flick. Nagelsmann was a young prospect and was known for his attacking style of play. He gave his first standout performance against Bremen SV with a 12-0 victory, and then he continued his excellence throughout the season. In his first season at Bundesliga, Bayern won 24 games and lost just 5 with 77 points, making history by winning the league for the 10th time in a row. In attack, Lewandowski outscored entire Germany and scored 35 goals. In fact, he scored 50 goals in all competitions, whereas Jamal Musiala was running hard and Thomas Müller was their creative backbone. The highlight of this season was their 5-1 victory against Bayer Leverkusen, which was again a complete masterclass. In short, they were unstoppable in the league. However, despite dominating the league, Bayern Munich struggled in other competitions. First of all, they were tortured by Borussia Mönchengladbach, losing 5-0 in DFB Pokal Cup, then knocked out of the Champions League by losing to Villarreal in the quarterfinals. Nagelsmann was questioned by German media as they doubted his abilities, and there were many leaks and a negative atmosphere around the club. However, he continued with the club in a hope of winning Champions League next season.
If you want to play for the Champions League title, then you shouldn't allow yourself too much weakness in individual games, regardless of whether you're already qualified or not.
The second season started with the loss of Robert Lewandowski, who joined Barcelona in search of a Ballon d'Or, and Sule, who joined their rivals Borussia Dortmund. The loss of Lewandowski, however, was huge. He was by far their best player and was guaranteed to score 30 plus goals.
As I mentioned, we miss Robert next season, and we do not have the classical central forward, so we have to compensate that we miss probably 40 goals next season.
But despite losing their star man, Bayern Munich started their next campaign in the best possible way. They won their first 3 games and scored 15 goals. Nagelsmann continued his form in the Champions League as well and won all his 8 games. This was for the second time in a row when Bayern were able to win all their group stage games. They were set to face Man City in the quarterfinals and were in fact looking a good team. Whereas in Bundesliga, they were struggling but was still good enough to win the league. You see, Nagelsmann was not consistent and there was no doubt about that. But the brand of football he was playing just suited the Bayern Munich system. His ability to play attacking football helped Bayern to score as many as 72 goals by March that season, despite losing their star striker. However, in mid-March 2023, Bayern lost their top spot in the Bundesliga and slipped down to number 2 when Xabi Alonso completely outperformed the Munich side. Thanks to this loss, Bayern fell 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund. Now, considering the fact there were 5 to 6 games remaining in the competition, Bayern still had a good chance of winning the Bundesliga. However, during the international break when Nagelsmann was on holiday, Bayern decided to sack him.
Bayern Munich have just confirmed Julian Nagelsmann has indeed been sacked.
This has to be one of the most brutal sacking in the history of German football. I mean, I agree with the fact that Bayern was not at the top spot and might not be getting the expected results, but Nagelsmann had a 71.4 win percentage rate at the club. No manager in the history of the club other than Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti and Hansi Flick averaged more points than him. Under Nagelsmann, Bayern played 84 games in all competitions, won 60 of them, drew 14 and lost just 10. According to Bayern CEO at the time, Oliver Kahn, the board had doubts whether Nagelsmann was good enough to fulfill their goals or not. Really? It was reported that Nagelsmann had a fallout with the squad and senior members of the team wanted him out. But the biggest news broke down when it was reported that Nagelsmann was leaking team's tactics to his girlfriend at the time. However, all these were just accusations obviously and nothing was proved. Moving forward, Bayern appointed ex-Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel as their new head coach. Now Tuchel got a lot of praise as firstly he was German obviously, and secondly he is known for winning trophies with different clubs. Bayern Bayern Munich board was sure that they just got a perfect candidate for the job.
We are glad he is here and have great hope we will achieve success with him in the next few years.
However, things didn't go that well for the German coach. First of all, Bayern got knocked out of the DFB Pokal Cup in the quarterfinals, then lost to Manchester City in Champions League quarterfinals as well. In Bundesliga, both Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund had same points, but Bayern won their 11th consecutive Bundesliga on the goal difference. After the victory, both CEO and head of board of directors were sacked and a complete new management was appointed. That means while entering into the new season, Bayern had a new coach and a new management. To boost things, Bayern signed their long-term target Harry Kane for a German record price of 100 million euros.
Hallo Tille. Alles gut?
Let's go on you.
30 years old Harry Kane was expected to fill Robert Lewandowski's boot and was there to win his first ever trophy. Well, it turned out this man is actually cursed.
What's wrong with me? Ooh, don't open that door.
Harry Kane played his first game against RB Leipzig in the final of the German Super Cup, meaning he had an opportunity to end his legacy of not winning trophies in the very first game as the Bayern Munich player. But the so-called Harry Kane curse followed him in Germany as well and Bayern lost 3-0. But if we talk seriously about Harry Kane, he has literally outperformed everyone in the Bundesliga. Kane is the top scorer and has already scored multiple hat-tricks this season. He is by far the best player in the league right now and he is on his way to break Lewandowski's record. But still somehow Bayern Munich is lagging. They got knocked out of DFB Pokal Cup in the second round yet again and are 13 points behind the top spot in the Bundesliga. Thomas Tuchel has already given up on the title race. In fact, he is set to leave by the end of the season. So the question is, what is going on here? The biggest reason why all of this is happening is Bayer Leverkusen. You believe it or not, but Leverkusen is having one of those magical seasons when they just cannot go wrong. Irrespective of the situation they fall into, Xavi somehow finds way to get them all 3 points. Leverkusen is yet to lose a game this season and the way they are playing, it doesn't look like they will lose one. They recently outperformed Bayern Munich at home and beat them 3-0. You could imagine how frustrating this result was for Bayern Munich by the fact that Thomas Müller literally burst out on camera.
10 ist uns vielleicht ein Abwartespiel. Bring den Ball öfter in die gegnerische Hälfte.
You see, Bayern Munich is struggling to perform consistently and losing their points here and there. Someday they beat their opposition 8-0 and someday they lose to a third tier team. The team is missing important chances and yes, I am specially pointing towards Harry Kane. The passes these guys are making are so misplaced, players are losing the ball in dangerous positions and defenders are costing them crucial points. The only competition where Bayern has been consistent is the Champions League, although they have made blunders there too, but still they are in the quarterfinals and will play Arsenal. But in Bundesliga, things are not looking good. There are 6 more games left in the competition, including a game against Frankfurt, a fixture that didn't go well last time around, and one more loss at this point will definitely end their story in the league. There is every possible chance for Harry Kane to end his season without a trophy yet again, despite playing for the most prestigious club in the world. Thomas Tuchel is failing to understand the situation and is waiting for this horrible campaign to end, whereas Xavi Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen are set to make impossible possible. But do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Press that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.